What up, family? Welcome back to Speak. It's an honor. It's a privilege. You got the all-time rushing leader. We have him every day, but it's especially exciting on days like today. Saquon Barkley, New York Giants. They said, look, big dog, go do your thing, test the free agent market. But what that means, Shady, is it's the greatest running back free agent market we've ever seen in the history of the National Football League. You're the Eagles' all-time rushing leader. You know everything there's to know about running backs. Tell me the top 5 available running backs right here, right now on the day.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. I'm going for Dallas. They didn't sign him with Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard at 5.
Listen, Tony nice, though. Don't forget, when Zeke left, he carried the workload. He was that beast in the pass game and the running game. I think that he's a top 5 guy. Go get him.
Shady, what makes Tony Pollard so special?
He's versatile, man. He really is. He's a lot tougher than I thought he was. He can block. He can put his nose in there on short yardage, and he can go the distance and take it to the crib.
Do you still believe that he's an all-purpose back? When he had Zeke, he didn't have to do everything. He didn't have to grind in the goal line. He didn't have to get the third and short carries. This year, it was kind of obvious that Tony Pollard lacked a little bit of a punch. Remember, he broke his leg the year before versus the Niners. Do you still think that he's a 3-down back?
I truly do. I think we didn't see a lot of them because the Cowboys' offense is so deep. They got so many weapons, right? So if you go to a team that doesn't have as many weapons, they need you more. I think you can deliver that. And if you want to get an extra running back, maybe a powerful guy to bring him in there so he don't get banged up, you can do that. I think that Tony Pollard needs about 15 to 20 touches a game. He's that good, but you never know.
Speaking of powerful running backs, who you got at number 4, big dog?
You talk about a king, ain't talking about LeBron. We talking about Derrick Henry. Y'all done forgot. Roy Jones said it best. Y'all must have forgotten. Anyway, Derrick Henry is that good. Don't forget this guy's a 2,000-yard rusher. Don't forget he carried the Tennessee Titans for so many years, right? And he played with not that many good players, right? I tell the A.J. Brown all the time, like, yo, how was it playing with Derrick Henry? Because I've never played with a player that can, any given moment, take over the game. And if you're a team out there that needs a running back to take over the game, he's your guy. Why not? He doesn't fumble. He's super durable. He's probably got hurt, 2 times out of his long career. Now, he is 30 years old.
That's what I was going to ask you. That's what I was going to ask you. He just hit 30. You lived it out. So this ain't a journalist writing when he gets over 30. He falls off.
Boy.
Shady, you're well over 30. Calm down. Those Achilles are safe. Derrick Henry, you worried about him now that he hit 30?
I'm not. Because I think the difference between him is he never really gets hurt, and he's always available. Most running backs, they might have little small injuries here and there, and then they hit 30. All of them come together, but not him. He don't really get hurt. And another thing is he can carry the load. 20-some, 25 carries a game. He can do that.
And number 3, that's the man that we've really been talking about. Saquon Barkley, who you got?
He's only 27. I like Saquon. He's probably the most talented running back in this draft, him or Swift, however you want to put it. Dayball's my guy. Brian Daboll's my guy. I don't know why he's not signing him back, but any team out there that wants a running back, go out there and get Saquon Barkley. He's that good. He's that talented. Keep him fresh. I would get a team that has some weapons around him, a solid quarterback, maybe some wide receivers, so he's not getting all the workload. We see when he gets a lot of workload what happens, but he's a viable dude. That's why he's in my number 3.
I'm surprised that he's just at 3, which makes me so eager to see. Who do you have at number 2? I know you're a Swiftie.
Ooh, you know I like a little Swiftie. Let's go to Philly, baby. Now listen, I don't need no cars for this. Listen, Philadelphia, I don't got to tell you how we rolls and what to do, because you do your job at a high elite level. But when we needed a spark this year with the Philadelphia Eagles, who do we go to? We didn't go to Jalen Hurts. We didn't go to A.J. Brown. We went to this man. We went to this young brother from Philadelphia. He's a hometown kid. He's a hometown hero. Signing back. He don't want a lot of money. I talked to him earlier today. He just wants a nice amount of money. Please get him. We just lost Kelsey. We cannot lose Swift.
What makes Swift better in your mind right here, right now than Saquon Barkley?
The first thing I told you, man, he's probably either Saquon or Swift is the most talented running backs in the free agency market right now. He's younger. I think he runs a little bit harder, and I think right now it fits well for the team. See, one thing I always tell people, like, even in the real estate world, I hate to change teams. I like my head coach, I like my running back, I like my quarterback. You already have that. You already know what he does, the good and the bad. He's already in the room. Keep him there.
Smart, very smart man. Now, you said Saquon's talented. You said that Swift is talented, but neither of them are number 1. So explain to me who you have at number 1 and why.
I think I forgot. Can I say it? Let me see it. Oh, there he goes. Oh,
there he is.
Josh Jacobs. Now, listen, hold on. Now, this one is like a no-brainer. Now, the year last year he led the league in rushing. I had a conversation with him, like, yo, are you going to stay or don't give you a contract? He said, yo, they did not offer me a contract. I said, huh? I said, what? Antonio Pierce, see, they finally got a good coach in there. They finally got a winner in there. AP, go get this man. You got Devontae Adams out there, out deep, you know what I mean, doing his thing. And then you got the rushing leader in the backfield. He's the most complete running back out of this whole thing. 1, 2, 3, I ain't gonna count.
5.
He's the most complete running back, so he can run, he can block, he can catch, he can take over a game. But not to even talk about him, I do got some honorable mention, guys.
Okay.
Devin Singletary.
Yeah.
For the Texans, yo, he balled out this year. I played with him in Buffalo. He's a smart dude. He got the Shady McCoy shake moves. So you know what that is. That's the winner in itself. And then the other one, Zach Moss. We all want to talk about how great the running game is at the coast. And we give it credit to Jonathan Taylor, but that's Zach Moss. He put his thing down this year, Paul. So go home and get him AD. I know you're a Colts fan. I see you in the back. Anyway, these are my running backs, fantasy picks. And the last one, the best one, number 6, LeSean Shady McCoy. That's available. I don't cost that much. Back in the day, I might have cost you $11 million a year. But right now on Fox, pay me a little salary. I'll come save the day for y'all.
Shady? You believe us like that?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
$11 million.
You know what I mean? Little meal ticket, I'll take it.
That ain't a problem, though, Shady. You realize that resets your Hall of Fame eligibility.
I'm going to get there one day. You know what's coming. You know what I mean?
James Jones, Shady brought up Josh Jacobs, the Raiders. You know the Raiders very, very well. They obviously are going to let Josh Jacobs walk after the tension from last year.
No.
Who is the best running back?
Don't
Speak that into existence.
Don't speak that.
Who's the best running back available in your mind?
I think Shady got it right. It's Josh Jacobs. I watch Josh Jacobs year in and year out. He is an every down back. First down, second down, third down, fourth down. He is an every down back. I'm sitting up there. I know we have Devontae Adams, and as I sit up there and watch these games, I'm like, get Josh the ball, right? Get Josh the ball on first down, second down, and third down. He's super young. He's 26 years old as a running back, right? 2,000 yards the previous year. Got hurt 13 games, 1,100 yards this year, 6 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs is a complete back. If the Raiders let him walk, I'm going to be very, 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 very upset. This is a kid that you can put in there, and this is a kid that you can build your team around. It's not a lot of these running backs up there that we can really still say you're going to build your team around them. Josh Jacobs is one of those guys. Super young, every down back. You can still build your team around this young fella.
Joy, best running back available.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I don't disagree. I think Josh Jacobs is still young enough, and he's going into his prime still in his prime, so you could put him in that position. I gotta say, though, and maybe I'm biased because he's one of my favorite players in the league, but Derrick Henry had almost 1,400 total yards last year at his very, very big age of 30. 4 Pro Bowls, over 1,000 total yards in 6 straight seasons, at least 10 touchdowns in 6 straight seasons. I know we're very ageist on this show, but Derrick Henry is still like that. And I don't know that he's somebody that you build your team around, like we said with Josh Jacobs, but with the right team, somebody who needs an explosive player. I don't know if you've watched Derrick Henry as of late, but no one can tackle him still once he gets going. It is downhill. It is ferocious. He can take over a game still. So I think he could be an incredible piece to a team that needs an addition like that and still produce at a very high level. But I do agree with everyone. If you're talking about all-around total talent, age, being put into a position where the offense truly relies on you every down, Josh Jacobs is in that position.
Shady, let's talk Derrick Henry for a moment, because I love talking running backs with somebody like you who knows the position better than anybody on national television. Derrick Henry, to me, is a system running back. He ain't an every system running back. He is a right system running back because he has to get going. He has to get downhill. I don't like him in a spread offense. I don't like him in a gun with powers and guns with counters. I don't like none of that. He needs to go downhill immediately, preferably with the fullback, a wide back, a U, but somebody off the ball. When you think of Derrick Henry, because the Baltimore Ravens, they will be in the market, where do you think makes sense? Like, is Derrick Henry in your mind, is he still a 1,200-yard rusher, a 1,400-yard rusher?
I would love to see him play for a team like the Ravens, right, where we're going to run the ball. That's what we're going to do first. And he needs to be a system where he can get 20-plus touches, right? I look at the guys they have now, like Gus Edwards. What's my man that's always hurt?
Hurt?
The one that's always hurt for
Williams,
the
I think.
No, J.K.
Dobbins, those are good running backs, but they're not Derrick Henry.
Of course not.
Of
course not.
So my thing is, he's the type of guy, if you really watch his tape, he's not the best laterally, right? He's not the best finding the hole, eyes-wise and vision-wise, but he's so good and so different. He can make 2-3 bad cuts. He's so good. I'm going to break this tackle. I'm going to find the hole and I'm going to hit it. That's one thing I like about Derrick Henry. You'll see sometimes where he have 17 carries for 40 yards in that game with 188 yards, right? 28 carries. That's what he is. So my thing is, let this big guy, beat up the middle a little bit, pause. Let him get a lot more carries, right? And then he can hit the home run. You put him with the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, the read option. Oh my God, he's easy gonna get 1,300 yards. Because it's gonna get yards more like they're thinking Lamar's gonna keep it. And then he hits the hole, and who wants to tackle Derrick Henry at a full set of steam?
Especially in the cold.
Especially in the cold. Niggas cold in Baltimore. So I would love to see him somewhere like that. And I'm gonna go another place that you're not thinking. But you might like it, Joey Taylor.
I think I know what you're about
The
to say.
Steelers.
They already got backs, though, big dog. Couple of them.
Who?
They
You got Najee, you got Warren.
They got a signing.
Najee walking?
Who? Who they got over there? Who? Listen, I like Najee. Najee's good.
Najee seems like a younger Derrick Henry, like a little snack-sized Derrick
He's
Henry.
not as fast. He's not as
snack
explosive.
size.
When you watch him play, he's not as fast.
He's not the same type of back.
Not as fast, not as explosive, right? And another thing is, like, when I watch him play, he lost his job too, though.
He did.
So what are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is I would rather if you're the Steelers.
Okay.
You got a younger Najee if you want to re-sign him for cheaper. And you got Jalen Warren.
He's good.
And he's good.
Yeah.
Or you're going to bring in a 30-year-old Derrick Henry who had the least yards per carry
But
he's had in his
it
career.
actually makes sense if you have those young guys to bring in somebody like him. And they are a team that is going to run the ball first, similar to Baltimore.
But Derrick Henry's coming in there to get all the touches. He's coming in there.
I will say this. When you're at 30 years old, it don't work like that. You don't just be demanding stuff. I know, trust me. My thing is, and then he might like this, though, because, he might add on another 4 or 5 years on his career. And let's say he gets 1,000 yards. I think he's going to get 1,300 yards if you ask me, right? He can do more with less. You go to the Steelers where the offensive line is not really great, but they're good enough. The pass game is not really great. The defense is super great. We're going to run the ball over and over again. I think that's a team for him. You look at what the stuff that Warren did, and then even Najee. Najee played good this year. He played okay. I expect a little bit more from him because I thought he was a really, really good running back. But you look at Derrick Henry, man, they're night and day.
Yeah. Running backs fall off a cliff suddenly. Like suddenly. Derrick Henry, 68 yards a game last year. Year before 96, year before 117. Derrick Henry only 4.2 yards a carry last year, the least he's ever had in his career. You know how to play that. It's not at all.
He also had almost 1,400 total yards.
Yo, he was hurt. He was hurt, and he was playing a little bit carries last year, too, to keep that in mind.
I'm keeping it in mind, but that's why I'm going by averages, because now I'm just going by yards per game.
Yeah, but then again, name me another dude on his offense.
Can't really.
Exactly. And then he was out there with a rookie quarterback. So you know Derrick Henry is going to get the football.
Yes,
he spoke Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is running and passing that thing. And not only that, when he is handing it off, they still got to account for him. So that's a less guy in the box to try to go down there and tackle Derrick Henry. He had to do it all last year. The game plan was to stop Derrick Henry. If he gets to a really good situation, I'm with Shady. It's going to be tough to stop him from getting 1,300 yards if he gets to a really
like, and that's not even, because he could take it the distance, too, though, right? And I want to give him a lot of carries, but then I think about it, you can because he's done it his whole career. And he hasn't slowed down.
Whole career.
He got to show me, though. If he's going to slow down, he got to show it.
Yeah, like you're not going to guess him slowing down.
I truly think that the best back in this free agency market is Jacobs. He can do everything.
Yes, he can.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.